This is Ryan with Roof It Forward doing a roof inspection here for you, Doug, in the neighborhood. So just want to make a video, walk you around, let you know some of the things that I'm seeing up here. So there are some signs of some damaged shingles on the roof. I want to point out a little bit of things that just makes me raise an eyebrow at some of it, whether I feel like it's really an act of God, weather related, or somebody could have done it mechanically. So, because that does happen. But you can see here, we've got these shingles here on your front gable. You can see just how hard of a straight line we have across the top. I mean, that's a very violent break, which is not traditional of wind. And then when I look up underneath the shingle, you can still see how shiny those nails are and how glistening the tar is. I mean, that looks brand new like the day it was installed. So this does not happen usually suddenly unless we have a very strong storm of, 60, 70, 80 mile an hour winds. Would cause it to snap back all the way. It's going to be working on it over time and causing it to gradually lift up and lift back, and it's going to crease like a piece of paper would. So you've got 3 right here. Looking around the front, there's probably another like 8 to 10 up there. So you got some right here where we're talking about some of the same thing. So I do just want to show you what regular wind damage looks like right here. So you can see we got multiple different fractures going across the top of the shingle. So this shingle's been worked on over time, where it's just been slowly lifting up. And then we look underneath, look how old and weathered that nail is. So that tells me this thing's been worked on and been flapping for some time. Same thing here. This is more legitimate wind damage. But then as I'm looking around the roof and I'm seeing just these really harsh lines like that, that's usually just a big key indicator after doing this for a decade that somebody's been up here potentially causing some vandalism. I'm not sure if they have. I'm just mainly wanting to point that out so you're aware, and just to cover us since we're out here doing an inspection for you as well. So here on your ridge cap, I moved this and marked it because all your ridge caps right here are just totally loose. So you can see they're not even installed. So obviously we want to leave those where they are. But these guys right here okay, but these couple here have been blown up, so those are no longer connected. You've got definitely an active leak going on here, where that is actually the framing top of your lumber sticking through on the top of your roof. So that's definitely getting wet every single time it rains. Seeing some more of those hard creases right here. And then you just got exposed and rusted, some nails that are rusting in some areas. These you can just see where the caulking's gone, starting to rust a little bit on the edges. But anywhere we have an exposed nail fastener, that's got to be caulked and sealed, or else that will allow water in. Essentially, it's a hole in the roof. So all that to say, I mean, the roof is getting to that point where it's starting to get brittle, starting to get worn, and you do have a lot of damage going on up here. I've not obviously attempted any repairs yet, but if we were going to try to repair some of these damaged shingles, I would have to take the nails out of these 2 rows of shingles above this damaged one, remove that, lift those up to nail down the newly installed one. And there is a chance that we could break and fracture those shingles in the process just because of the age and condition. So just something I wanted to point out, something I wanted you to see just in general up here about what we have going on. And then lastly, just kind of bring you in on the magnifier here. So you can start to see some of those silver hairs peeking through in the fiberglass on the shingles there, and that's, you can see it on the edges right here where it ripped too. But it's starting to see that throughout some of the roof as well, where when you start to see fiberglass, like right here, all those silver hairs, that's where the asphalt's worn off, the tar is worn off, and then it's uncovered the matting and fiberglass, which is essentially the internal structure of the shingle. That's no longer waterproof. So when people start having to look at replacing a roof just because of age and wear and tear, when you start to get a lot of that degranulation taking place, that's why it's an issue, and you hear contractors raising concern about that. So I'm going to get this video over to you. Give me a call. Be glad to kind of go over some options and discuss this in more detail. Just want to thank you for having us out. Once again, this is Ryan with Roof It Forward.